Yeah, you're confusing your relationship status with your parental status. Your parental status is co-parenting. It's not single.
Yeah.
Like, what is confusing?
Well, if you're not in a relationship with your baby daddy, you single.
Well,
Okay, you don't get what I'm saying.
I understand what
No,
you're
you're
saying.
not, because the relationship
help.
status
You're saying you
is
got
not
help.
single mother. You could say I'm
Well, the reason
single.
girls say single mother because they're looking for the relationship.
Okay.
They thirsty.
Oh, let's get to the next topic. No, because you're rude, and I'm done.
You got to be able to accept reality.
I think that what reality is like, let's be honest, is 34 really an older woman though? Like, seriously, I don't think that 34 is an older woman. An older woman is like 40 plus, 38 plus. Like, I don't really think that I'm like considered like that's an older woman.
It's only 4 more years, Azar.
Maybe when I turn 35. But like, at least at 34, let me at least
Be what then?
be cool. Like, she's just a woman.
Yeah, we don't have to put
Okay, so listen.
titles on it.
Like when you reach older women status, when you go to the club, you don't dance anymore.
I wasn't dancing when I was 20. I was at the
Okay,
table.
okay, that's you.
Most women
But
was
like
at the table.
at your age, y'all not dancing. So the older women are over there.
The older women are
Sitting
not
at
in
the
the
table.
clubs. It shouldn't be in the clubs.
The older women are definitely in the club.
I don't like that. As an older woman.
So you don't go to the club?
I'm not an older woman. Period. And once I turn 35 and up, I could be considered that. I don't want to. I'm not.
What
And
age, what age is too much for the club?
Like 37. You shouldn't be in the club anymore.
For a woman?
For a woman, 37.
What about a man?
A man is in the club at 78. I don't know. A man just do anything. I never seen.
Once you pass 29, don't be in the club, please, girls. Don't.
So girls can't have fun anymore.
Yeah, but go to the hotel bar, to the lounge.
Go
You're
to
not
the
allowed
So
Legion.
limit what women do
VFW.
because they're plus age, but men can be 78 going in the club still. I can't. Ooh, this is burnt. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next subject because I'm not about to disrupt my flow in this motherfucker. Y'all want to say all this about me? I'm this, I'm that.
We can
but
be
look what I
90 in
deal
the club,
with
but
this
don't
shit.
go in the club after 30. You too thirsty when you get in the club after 30.
But what if
Y'all
you're in there
looking-
with your man?
Go to the lounge. Go to the rooftop.
What if y'all want to go to the club and get lit? Like the fuck
Go
is
to the lounge. There's places to get lit. It's a lot of places to get lit. Stop going to the club where it's too much.
I don't
It's too
go to the
much.
club,
It's
though.
too much. If you ain't dancing and shaking that ass, just go sit down over here at the lounge.
I don't go to the club anyways, but
Go
I'm
sit
not
down.
gonna do that.
It's time for you to sit down. Club is for you if you still ready to dance. If you done dancing, go to the lounge.
Are you dancing in the club?
Nah, I'm sitting down.
So why are you in there?
I'm not in the club. Go to the T app and see if Paul Pierce is not in the club.
They're not talking about you on that app. You're older. They're not discovering what you have going on.
Exactly.
You're an older man. So let's move on. So anyways,
Yeah, you want to move. But by the way,
don't
this is good.
No, don't
You just
come.
stepped your game up, girl. I ain't gonna
Don't
even
come
lie.
over here. Don't
No,
come
I ain't gonna
over
lie. No.
No.
I ain't gonna lie.
No.
I don't know what I don't know. Since the Cook episode, you've been coming with it. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Hair done, nails done, everything big.
Are you fancy?
You been
Yeah.
doing your one too.
Okay, I'm an older woman, so I guess I have
But
to
you're an
step it
older
up.
woman, so it's okay being an older woman. Accept your role. This is the thing.
I'm
She
not
didn't like
no.
that. She said,
No, that's what I'm
stop.
saying. There's you gotta understand, like, in the world of society, like, you're
The
just
world
not-
of society
yeah,
is
like,
crazy. What the fuck does that even mean?
You gotta play a part.
I play my part. Bless my heart. I'm moving on. So, anyways, I have a question for you.
Okay. What's the
I
question?
want to talk about this whole situation with the child support and the school supplies. So there's a viral thing on the internet, and they're talking about like how people are like, we can't afford these school supplies. It's crazy. So
School supplies.
yeah, this is crazy.
Who
So
can't afford it?
Parents.
the women are saying this.
Okay.
So what's happening is I like there's a whole thing, a breakdown, right? Like there's a woman who went viral, and I guess her baby daddy came up on $50,000 for something. I can't remember what it was. And
On his mother's death.
yes, and then she got the bread because it was child support, right? So he didn't get to see that money. So she told her homegirl, like,
serious?
let's hit it. We about to go out. Like, hit up her homegirl, like, we're going out the country, right? So my question is like, where is this child support being delegated? Okay. And I feel like if men are giving all this child support up to these women, then there should be a place where you have to show what you're spending this child support on, because you are not the child. This is to support the child. Okay.
Before we go any further and she elaborates on the situation, I think I just heard this correctly. So this man, his mother passed away. He received the inheritance of $50,000. His $50,000 that he received for his mother passing away was then allotted to the mother of his child, who then took that $50,000. We don't know how much she spent, but reached out to her friend and said, let's go on a trip. All I could think of is what a shame with that type of money and the generational wealth that could have helped for her kid. Now, I know she is deserving to child support, but when you get $50,000 and the amount of an inheritance, you don't just go spend it on the first idea that comes to your head. You think about, how am I going to use this money to change the life for my child? Because if it didn't go to your child's father, but it went to your child, that was from that child's grandmother. Money that she paid into monthly in order to get that. You don't know if that was through work, if that was her pension, whatever the case may be. To hear that makes me so sad. I hope she elaborated on what else she did. Did she invest any of that money? Did she put that money into an insurance policy for her child in the future, to where then it can gain interest and then that child can have money? That's what you do with life-changing money like that. You might not think that $50,000 is a lot of money, but I absolutely think it is. And I think that if you were to receive $50,000, no matter how you received it, and let's be honest, you know, the father of her child was extremely upset that all of that money went to her, and then she is going to go use it. You know that was part of it, right? But I think as a mother, as a woman, if I were to receive that much money in a one lump sum, because that's how you typically get your inheritance, and to just be thinking of what I can do as far as a trip right away, I don't understand that. And I will be very transparent with you as well. My father passed away 2 years ago, and the money that he left, it wasn't a significant amount as that, but I did take the entire family on a trip with my father's inheritance. But it wasn't until after I used his money to make sure that I advanced our family. I paid off any debt that I had. I made sure that everything was paid, rightfully so, because that's what my dad would have wanted. He wanted to make sure, go make sure your insurance is paid. Make sure that your bills are paid. I love to pay bills in advance so that I don't have to freak out. And after I made sure that everything was taken care of, my dad knew how much we loved to go to Seattle. My dad would take us there as a child. So with the remaining amount of money, I used that money to take the family on a vacation. And then we celebrated because it was something that came from my dad, but I didn't just go and waste his money. And I don't know the case of this woman. She could have done the exact same thing, but from what it sounds like if your initial thought is to go on a trip and not think about what type of investments, what you can do with that money, I can't relate to that. I cannot. As somebody who wants to make sure that our kids are set, my husband and our kids are set, who's already doing all of the insurance preparation, who's already doing that, I can't imagine getting $50K and then saying, hey girl, let's go on a trip. No. How about, hey girl, do you need me to pay for your car insurance for the next year so that you're in a better situation? Do I need to pay for my $50,000? You could pay for your rent, your mortgage, whatever, for maybe even 2 years. That's just, I don't get that. Let's get back to it. I completely just went left on that, but I'm thinking that is a shame. And I know that guy was feeling very hurt because that money went straight to her. I know it was. And I just hope that the money trickled down to that grandchild. I really do.
You are not the child. And I see too many women taking this money and going on trips and getting their shit done and buying outfits, and then they still asking the baby daddy, I need help for this. I need school supplies. I need this. And I'm confused because it's like, where is this money really going?
That's sad.
All right. So, like, as a man that's dealt with giving child support, and when you're with a woman for a long time and they don't understand the finances,
Yeah.
when they start getting in charge of the finances, like,
And that can go both ways. You can make
a lot of women don't know how to deal with money or how to
Yeah.
manage money or how to ask the right questions.
Yep.
To be honest
Men
with
too.
you. And a lot of them live check to check. So a lot of the times the money where I think it should go as a man, I think that you should open up a life insurance policy for the kids, put money into that.
That's what I
Bank
just
account,
said.
put money into that.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it goes towards the woman's lifestyle wanting to be upgraded. So like if you giving out $5,000, half of that's going to rent, half of that's going to the outside food and everything, whereas like there's no savings for it.
Yeah.
And trips, all of that. So then when it comes to extra money, to where it's like, all right, school supplies, shoes, clothes, the girls are starting to ask for extra money for the why you can't help, like, and so as a man, you like, damn, where the money going for the child support then? I pay child support. I shouldn't, and I'm in a situation to where I do pay child support, but then I still get asked for extra for other things, which I have no problem with. And I don't really ask where the money goes, but it gets to the point, sometimes you figure like, damn, and I don't even have to ask because I think and I know that it probably don't, most likely 90% of the time, it don't go to the kids when I speak to my friends about it in their situations. It don't, like, I think child support should be like, hey, there's a bank account for the kids. And certain money goes to them to where they can, when they get to a certain age, like, when you get in high school, shit, they should be like buying their own lunch or have their iPhone for their cards. You know what I'm saying? Have their Apple Pay on their phone. They should have some type of money they can spend on their own, But it's unfortunate that the females actually spend it on themselves and their lifestyle because they want to look a certain way.
Can you stop saying the females?
What you want to say?
It's like women.
The ladies.
Like the females is just, it's not giving that.
Okay. I'll say
Okay,
women.
thank you. Go ahead, keep going.
So these women, they spend it on their lifestyle, and unfortunately, when the kid get older, it's just like, damn, they come back to the baby daddy like, hey, can you get her a car?
Yeah.
Can you get because the money ain't been saved up. It's going towards something else. So it is what it is. And, like for me and my situation, it's different than everybody else's. Everybody go through different
scenarios.
type of support,
Circumstances.
right? Some women use the money to invest and have a business and understand that this ain't gonna be going a long time, so I better invest it or open up accounts. But unfortunately, I think there needs to be some guidance in that area. Like, man, maybe I should open up a baby mama's app to what you need to do with your cheese, because a lot of them don't do the right thing 100%.
And what would be on the app?
How to so the app would be hey, helping single mothers who get child support on what to do with the money to invest, to grow it, and to really take advantage of these however many years you got of that. Because a lot of times it's just going toward the lifestyle of the girl.
But do you feel like with child support, it should also support the woman, or should the woman be able to support herself and this should just be for the kids?
I think that the woman should be able to
I
support
agree.
herself.
And I
this
feel
should be
like-
the kid, because why when the kid get 18, they got nothing.
Exactly. And I
It
feel
should
like
be a bank account should be open for the kid.
I feel like women get delusional too, because I feel like the concept of being there's too many women that are single, meaning they don't have a partner, they don't have a man, and they're like, I'm a single parent. You're not a fucking single parent. Your relationship status is single. You have a man. I mean, you don't have a man, but you have a baby daddy who supports you, who supports the child. So stop saying, I hate the narrative like, I'm a single mother. No, motherfucker, you're single because you don't have no relationship, but you're not a single mother. And
There's
that like
single
runs me
mothers
love.
though, because there's guys that like have these kids and that want a part of the life.
No, that's fine. That's what a single mother is. But then there's people who have split time with the children and they say they're a single mother. And Tia Mowry, Tia or Tamara, one of them, Tia, I think, you know, she got divorced and all this to Corey, the Hardwick, the guy. And she just talked about this because she's like, I say I'm a single mother and people be on me about that because I have a present baby daddy that takes care of the kids too. But I'm just saying that I'm single and that every day, like, I have my kids by myself. I do understand that. But at the same time, it's like there's this narrative where it's like, I'm a single mother and oh my God, but then they're getting $20,000 a month, $30,000, whatever, for child support. It's like, that's not a single mother. I know single mothers. I know single mothers who don't have no baby daddy in the picture, who don't have no child
access to
support, who
money.
don't have nothing going, and they're raising that kid on their own. That is a single mother. You're not a single mother if you have child support coming in, a house, this, paying the more. Like, that's not a single mother, bro. It's just not. Like,
Well, the definition of single is like nobody else. Like child support don't mean you got like, you know what I'm saying? You're
No.
saying you're this is what you so listen.
go ahead.
You
I
said
think real quick before it goes, I think in Tia's situation, she's saying I'm a single mother because she no longer has help in that case, right? It's not financial because I'm sure he was giving her child support monthly, right? She's saying I'm a single mother, I'm doing all this by myself, I'm here with the kids. I don't know the context of the conversation, but when I hear that, I'm assuming that's what she's saying. But in her situation, she wanted to separate from her husband and she chose that. She chose that life. She knew that she'd be by herself with her kids. And I think once you get in that situation, like, oh, I'm not used to not having support like this. So she's feeling like a single mother. When Azar is talking about a traditional single mother is a mother who does not have support from the father of the child, and that there's really not that communication there. And a single mother can even have support from the father in child support, but maybe there's no contact with the kid because there's so many different situations that happen with this. I know women who have a child, have never talked to the father, raised the kid completely by themselves. They classify themselves as a single mother, right? I also know women who still stay in communication with the father and they co-parent, so it's more of a co-parenting situation. You're not single in the sense that there's nobody there to help you. There's nobody to step in. The father would step in and does step in co-parenting. And something that I don't know if they're going to go into as well is I do know women as well who make it very hard for the father of the child to be in that child's life. Let's say it's a couple who were never really a couple together. They were never together, but they have a child together. The man moves on or the woman moves on, or the man moves on and gets somebody new. Now, because he is with a new partner, you don't want that new partner around your child. This happens. And then the only person who gets hurt out of this is the child because they don't have access to their father because of who they are with or because of whatever situation or just because the mother no longer likes that man, right? So there's just so many different ways that this can turn out. But as far as when we're talking about single mothers, and she referenced Tia Mowry, Tia is just saying I don't have help like I used to, right? I don't think she is the typical single mother who is out here really busting her ass to make sure that her kids have everything, has no support. In the face of adversity, she is still making it happen. She's working those jobs. She's making sure that her kid is showing up to all the appointments, making it to school, figuring out how to get backup babysitters because there is no dad in the picture, or she does not have a support system, or she doesn't have a safety net. That's what I think of when I think of a single mother. And that is a hard life. It's hard, but they do it and they kick ass doing it too. So I think that it's kind of like a slippery slope when people try to title themselves a certain way. But when I think of it, I think of a woman who's really breaking her ass to try to make sure that there's best for their kids. And so it's just a little bit different. But I do also know there's other women who do just about everything to make it difficult for the father of their children to see that. And it's not just women. Men do the same too. One thing that I've noticed more is men are now getting full custody of their kids. I don't think this is talked about enough either. Men are getting full custody. And I had a couple friends in my past who, when they separated from their long-term partner, the man got the kids and made it really hard on the women to even have access. Now, I know one situation where a woman had separated from her partner at the time, and the partner's parents had tons of money. So they were able to lawyer up. Get full custody of this, paint the woman as not being adequate enough to be able to take care of the children, that she was a safety risk. So I think that there's just so many different ways that this goes. But as we go back down to the child support and get back to that topic, child support is for that child so that that child can get what they need, food, supplies, school supplies, whatever that be. And the mother is taking care of the household, so she needs to allocate some funds. But I think it's when the mother takes all the money, the child doesn't get any access to that money, because that happens to you guys. You guys have seen the stories. Let's get back to it.
You're not a single mother if you got child support. Well, that's just
and
money.
if you have a present father that also takes care of the kids.
Okay. I'm a present father.
Yeah, you're confusing your relationship status with your parental status. Your parental status is co-parenting. It's not single.
Yeah.
Like, what is confusing?
Well, if you're not in a relationship with your baby daddy, you single.
Well, you're single.
You don't get what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
No, you're not, because the relationship status is not single mother. You could say, I'm
the
single.
reason girls say single mother because they're looking for the relationship.
Okay.
They thirsty.
Why does everyone have to be thirsty though?
Because you think
everyone is
thirsty.
thirsty.
You women
you
are
females
thirsty.
is thirsty. Do you hear
You women
yourself?
are thirsty.
This is why we don't have people watching, women watching us. You females is thirsty. Like,
they are.
And men
are
aren't thirsty? Because men are thirsty as hell. I know men that are so goddamn parched.
All right, so who's thirstier, men or women?
Men. Because men want to fuck and they want to conquer.
Men, like women will fly to Summer League. Women will fly to All-Star Weekend. Women will fly to the Super Bowl. Niggas ain't doing all that for females.
Oh my gosh, this reminds me of a story. So back in the day, I remember dating a guy, and he was trying to tell me about the All-Star Weekend. And I want to let you guys know that I really didn't even know what he was talking about. Not that I don't watch basketball, but I didn't understand the significance of this weekend. And it wasn't until I told one of my girlfriends at the time, I'm like, he's trying to take me to All-Star Weekend. And she was like, girl, do you know what I would do for that? I'm like, what would you do? Like, what's the big deal about this? And they were freaking out because I didn't understand. It was like the who's who, and that's just not really my style. Like, I'm kind of like a nerd in the corner, you know? Like, I could go to those type of events, but that's not something that I'm putting on my bucket list. Like, I'm checking off, I want to go to the All-Star Weekend, and I want to be seen here, and I want to do all of those things. That's just not really in my mix. That's just not who I am. And it wasn't until I saw some other friends who they really did have like dollar signs in their eyes when they would see men. It was like ching, 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 ching. Like, and I always say this, I look for what can fill me up in my mind. I can make my own money. I can make my own money. And I've done a very great job at doing that. But I want my partner to feed me mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And that's where I want to be rich. And that's why I'm with my husband. That's why. We have been together so long. We have went through trials. We have went through tribulations. We have went through stuff that would break most people. But guess what? We stayed together. We have rode these waves together. We have a strong foundation. We communicate. I love him. I'm so thankful. And when I first started dating him, people were like, oh, what this, all of that. Do you know that we have grown together and we have built a strong unit? And we have a foundation, we have a successful business, we have all of these things. And I think so many times that people just go into it with what looks good on paper that you don't realize that you're passing up a really good thing there. You're passing up a really good foundation. And I'm so thankful that I could really see my husband for who he was. And the same thing is for me, because he was used to a typical kind of girl that would always surround them. And that's just not my style. That's just not my style. I always wanted to get married. I wanted to settle down. I wanted to have a family. And we've been able to do all of those things together. And I'm just so thankful for that. I just can't get over this, you guys. I just love these conversations. I think it allows us, this show, The Truth After Dark, it allows us to really elaborate on some topics that I think need to be had. And on this channel, we're going to talk about just about everything. And I've said this on past shows. I just want to understand more of why there's so much divisiveness between men and women, because we are supposed to come together and be each other's batteries and really grow from that and be powerful. So I'm just kind of looking at all of this stuff to see what's really going on out here. But I absolutely love these shows. I think they're great. Make sure that you subscribe to them, and also make sure that you subscribe to this channel, because we are going to keep getting into these conversations.